Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. At the beginning of this video, there will be quite a few cuts that I made. Basically, it was just me trying to figure out what I was going to do with my turns, and then just try to shorten up the video a little bit. So, like, here's one right here. That's really all the cuts are going to be. Like, if there's going to be, like, non-important enemy movements, or just long periods of time where I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Just like that. That's really all the cuts will be whenever I do them. So, not going to cut anything major. Like, if there's a segment with a lot of battles, I'm probably not going to cut those out because there could be a level up, there could be an interesting critical hit. We never know. So, stuff like that will remain in. It's just all the non-important moving around stuff and the non-important enemy phase stuff. Right there, I made a little maneuver so I could get Gotri into range of the warrior with the killer axe. Because if Gotri wasn't in his range all the way, he probably would have went after Zahark no matter what. So that's why I did that little rescue maneuver with Mist and Kieran just to get Gotri in his range. So yeah, when a next turn, the warrior is going to attack Gotri, which is good because he could take a hit from a killer axe, a critical hit even. So that's good. Everything else, I'm just moving my units southward, trying to get them to the boss area. And then I also have to worry about recruiting General Tauroneo. Recruiting him's not that hard, just because he's a general, so he doesn't move very far to begin with. And then also, he comes right at you once you reach a specific point, so he kind of just like comes right after you, and then you can just use Ike and pick him up when he's coming after you. As for Tauroneo himself, I wouldn't say he's a bad unit by any means. I have no real experience with using him, though. I've talked to a couple of people, though, who did use him, like people who ended up losing Gotri for whatever reason, and people who just didn't really use Braum at all. And they said Tauroneo was actually a pretty good replacement. And generally, a lot of the units in this game who are pre-promotes are pretty good replacements. But I prefer the original units, the first units you get. But sometimes there are exceptions, and Tauroneo could be an exception, but I wouldn't say he's the best general of this game. I think Gotri still has the honor for that. I also have a few chests I need to get. I know there's one in the next room to the left, and I know there's two down near the bottom, so I still have quite a few chests to get. Nothing wrong with that, though. I'll just cut out all the moving around, if need be. So, today is Monday. I've done the commentary for this one chapter over a period of several days. I did some of the recording last night on Sunday. I'm doing some of it today on Monday. And there's a good chance I'll probably do some of the commentary tomorrow on Tuesday before the episodes go up. It really depends on how busy I am, since I will be studying for finals while I'm working on this, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I had my first final. I got back from it like 4 hours ago, I think. Yeah, 4 hours ago. But I've been taking a nap since then, so I just like woke up a few minutes ago. I was like, my roommate's gone. I better get some commentary done. And sure enough, here I am doing just that. I got some more reinforcements over here. They're not too hard to take care of, though. I never realized how much stronger the steel bow was from the iron bow. Usually whenever you have a steel weapon, it's like 3 or 2 times, or not really 2 times, but it does 2 or 3 more damage than what the iron weapons do. But for the steel bow, like, it takes like, I think 5 extra increasements. I don't know for the exact numbers, but I've never really noticed that before. I've just seen steel weapons as being stronger versions of iron weapons. Never considered how much stronger they were. Ooh, Jill's at level 7, and that was a pretty damn good level up. Everything but luck and strength. And luck, not too concerned about luck. Strength would have been nice, but I'm not going to hold it against Jill. She's a pretty good unit. Yeah, that bishop with the sleep staff is getting kind of annoying, but if I remember correctly, that is the last sleep staff use that the bishop has, so I don't think he can put any of my units to sleep anymore. And that worked out to my favor because the two fighters went after Zahark and not Gotri. And Zahark completely slaughtered them, so yay! Ooh, level up. He's at level 7 too, wow. Not really digging that defense, but Sword Masters aren't really that famous for their defense or anything, so I'm not going to hold it against them. Let's wake Nephany up again. I reckon you'll be woken up, Nephany. Ooh, I think that increased Rice's level, weapon level to A, so now I think he can actually wield Nosferatu. But I'll wait until he finishes off the Shine tome first. Shine's a pretty good spell, but... And Nosferatu is pretty heavy, so... I might not get the most out of Nosferatu, but it does do a lot of damage. And you also get to absorb HP, so that's a pretty good weapon, but I wouldn't call it the best. Dang it, Oscar missed. Now, I forgot that there were enemies in this room. And I forgot there were actually 4 enemies in this room. You have 3 Myrmidons and a Swordmaster. None of them have killer weapons, so you don't have to worry about who you use to fight them off, but I'm going to use Gotri just because he's the only unit who has the weapon triangle advantage in this little area right now. Since I have Nephany and Oscar defending that little corridor right down there. I probably should have cut out some of this footage. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of trying to get adjusted so when Tauroneo moves next turn, he'll only be like 2 spaces away from Ike. Or 3 spaces. Because I believe he wields a spear. Okay, yeah, he does wield a spear. I thought he wielded a silver lance and a spear, but I think he just wields a spear. I don't know for sure. And these Myrmidons and the Swordmaster will all attack Oscar for whatever reason. So Nephany is not going to get any of this experience. I know, kind of sad, because we all know how much I love Nephany. And I'll probably use her more in other chapters. I think Oscar personally makes a better support unit with bows than spear. Or not spear, but lance user. But I wouldn't really say he's a bad lance user. He's actually one of the best, but I just like Nephany more as a lance user. Jeez, if only Gotri had 1 more strength, then he probably could have killed that Myrmidon in 1 shot, but nope. And then I completely forgot that whenever these guys get low on HP, they run and try to heal. I forgot all about that. That annoyed the hell out of me. Okay, let's heal Oscar. And I think it's time that we actually recruit General Tauroneo. General Tauroneo is a general of Daein. He existed long... He's been a general in Daein for a very long time. He was actually part of Daein back when Ike's father was part of Daein. So he and Ike's father are actually really good friends. And he is going to recognize Grail's swordsmanship and Ike's abilities, so he is officially going to surrender to Ike's army. He's a bit reluctant to actually join the army because he doesn't think the other Crimeans will really accept him since he is a soldier of Daein, but Ike is going to convince him otherwise. And then that is basically the story of how Tauroneo joins you. Again, don't have really anything to say about that. I like General Tauroneo's role in the sequel, Radiant Dawn. He has a slightly bigger role in that game. But I won't discuss that very much, since this isn't Radiant Dawn. This is Path of Radiance. Okay, let's take out some of these stupid enemies. I should have used an axe instead. Oh well. I was kind of hoping for a critical hit. But Boyd will level up, and I need to end the video here. Later, guys.